Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nutmeg Sports on the HAN Network. It is a Tuesday, and we are live at the Darien Ice Rink in Darien, of course, as we've got a game coming up, a hockey game coming up at 4 o'clock today. The New Canaan Rams taking on the Darien Blue Wave. I'm Rob Adams. Don Eng with the day off. Well, he's hanging out back in the Shelton studio, Monroe currying, as we like to say. So we'll see Don probably after the first of the year. I don't think we'll have him on tomorrow's show either. But nonetheless, we've got New Canaan and Darien coming up at 4 today. And really what should be, you want to believe you can throw the records out and have a big game. But when you look at the facts, Darien playing the better ice hockey right now. They're already 2-0 to start the season, and two fairly convincing wins. While we've seen the Rams once already, a loss to Notre Dame of West Haven, and then another loss as well. And we'll get into that as we get a little closer to game time today. Chris Kalin will join me for the call. Frank Granito will be down ice side. So that's coming up here at the ice rink a little bit later on. But, of course, we've got the Athletes of the Week to get into as well, the nominees, because we announced them this morning on Coffee Break, and certainly the votes are starting to be tabulated, but they're going to need a lot more, and we'll announce them next Monday when we get started for our first show of 2016. So that's coming up as well. But before we do all that, let's go back to last night. Oh, what a game we saw. And, initially it was the kind of game where West Haven was struggling early on in the year. Obviously the season is so new, but they got pasted 11-0 by the Greenwich Cardinals on opening night. St. Joe's is expected to be a player in the FCX, so what could we expect from this game? It didn't seem like it might be the best of matchups. That's why we play the games, and that's why they're going to play a game right here at 4 o'clock today. So we have highlights for you. Great job by A.J. Simonowski to put them together. West Haven and St. Joseph from last night, as you saw it and heard it all right here on the HAN Network. Bennett Rink in West Haven. It's time for boys high school ice hockey on the HAN Network, and tonight the cadets of St. Joseph High School get ready to take on the West Haven Blue Devils. Men as we bounce it around, sent right back down. It goes off to the left side of the netminder, Logan Cole. Goes off to the right corner. Played there, just about 3 gone by, no score. Across the line, into the high slot. Deflected, backhand, score!
And Tyler Payne, he's on the trailer end and he benefits from this odd man rush. What happens is, and it's just a fluke, the St. Joe's defenseman, he gets the stick on the puck, tries to deflect it off. It bounces off the stick right onto the stick of Payne, and he's able to put it in.
Left behind, played by Fuldesi. He goes down into the left corner, looking to set it up, come back out. Here's Payne. Payne cross ice, dangerous, one-on-one, score! How about the work of Borelli, Cato? He was able to get the speed, get it one-on-one, and put it past Wilson. It's a 2-0 game. Says, no, I really don't appreciate that. Goes behind the net with 2.5 to go in the second period. 2-0 our score. Goals by Payne and Borelli not that long ago in the first period. In fact, and now they score! St. Joseph able to get traffic out in front of the net. When you do that, good things happen. They poke it home. It's a 2-1 game. Big play to tie us up. Into the corner it goes. Gilbert sends it around, near side. Here comes St. Joseph, bouncing it off the boards. Fuldesi got it turned around. Payne comes across the St. Joseph line with 8.5 to go. Throws it, blasted one-timer, and that comes over near side. 8:25 remaining third period. 2-1 our score, and a good one at the Bennett Rink. Down goes Gilbert. Gilbert alone. Gilbert! Score!
Rob, Will Gilbert comes out for a quick break. comes out, gets the quick change. He gets back out on the ice. It's that he gets that little bit of a breath, gets that rush. Everybody recognizes it, gets out ahead of the puck, attacks the net, and just beats Cole with the backhand. But that's just a tribute to great heads-up play in the neutral zone for St. Joe's.
Once they recognize it on the scoreboard, we've got a 2-2 game, and now they do. 8:08 to play. Comes over near side, played back towards center, now in the left circle. Renewed interest by St. Joseph. They got a little hop in their step. Throw it across, and they score again!
Tremendous forecheck presence for St. Joe's. They're able to keep West Haven from clearing the puck. It looked like they were about ready to get it out of the zone. Little stick check, little poke check, puts the puck in the corner. And all it is just a centering pass, gets it to the far side, catches Cole off balance, and it's just somebody that doesn't move. And when you get the score where he doesn't move, just sits there outside the crease, outside of the goalie's periphery, gets that shot right on goal and lifts it right in.
DiSabella makes it a 3-2 game. Here they come with Payne right circle. Payne behind the net, setting it up now left circle. Waits, finds Lynch. Lynch through traffic, they score! Well, this has gotten fun. A power play goal. We're knotted at 3.
Cole gets aggressive playing that puck. He comes outside of his crease just a little bit. Goes to pad it away. It doesn't kick off the pad the way he expected it, and he was forced to cover it up.
Dangerous little shot that went wide of the net. Comes over to the far side now. Played out of the left corner. 5:19 to go. Side of the left circle. Bounces off the boards, held in at the left point. Thrown on net again. Puck loose. Turning around, whistling. They score! So quite a game there at the Edward L. Bennett Rink last night. Chris Callan joining me for the call last night, as I mentioned, in West Haven. Cato will be here once again today in Darien. Tyler Payne got the scoring started, 2:57 in, and he had himself a good game on the night, a couple of points, in fact. Borelli got the goal to tie things up at, or rather make it 2-0 at 13:32 of that first period. And it seemed like St. Joe's was kind of sleepwalking through, or sleep skating, if you will, through the game, at least after one down 2-0. They looked somewhat flat. Second period, Will Gilbert at 12:47 made it 2-1. So all of a sudden a little bit of life. And that's all it takes. Once you get that kind of first punch, you know, you get a little something going against the other goalie. Now you've got something you can work with, and they've got it going from there. But we went to the third period. It was 2-1, and you wondered, would it stay like that? Well, not so fast. As you could see in the highlights, we initially, and that's on me, I initially thought it was Gilbert. I saw what looked like 7 skating down ice. Instead, it was 17, Adam Usinger, who tied it up with 6:45 to play. Connor Hurley got the assist. So with 6:45 in, I should say, it was a 2-2 game. Then Nick DiSabella, just 19 seconds later, with an assist to Usinger, who, again, he had a night, 4-point night, in fact. It was a 3-2 game. So now all of a sudden you feel like St. Joe's has got West Haven on their heels. West Haven had something to say, and Andrew Gilbert took a big penalty at 8:47. A hooking penalty set things up for West Haven to come back. And along came Pete Riccitelli, 10:03 in, to tie us up at 3. That's where we sat until that extra session when you saw Usinger get the game winner. And 4-3, the overtime score at the Edward L. Bennett Rink. So really a good game for West Haven, or rather for St. Joe's. They're 1-0 on the year. So you could tell that first period they were flat. Opening night, maybe a few jitters. Some things not going right on the bus. We had heard before the game that the bus had gotten into whether it was traffic or whatever. But that'll just get your brain thinking differently. West Haven rather drops to 0-2. So a heck of a game last night in West Haven. Fun to watch, and hopefully we'll see St. Joe's down the road because they seem like a scrappy team and pretty good. Now we'll preview New Canaan and Darien before the end of the broadcast. Spend a few minutes on that. We'll also give you the athletes of the week. So we still have a little more to do on this edition of Nutmeg Sports. It is a Tuesday here in Darien and looks great on the ice. They've got the public skate going on down there. Some really cute kids, in fact, out on the ice. And some of those kids, we were remarking about it before the broadcast. We were remarking that some of these kids skate far better than any of us at any stage of our lives. They've got some pretty good skaters down there on the ice. All right, all that said and done, we'll take a break. We will come back. We'll get into the athletes of the week as we line up throughout this week. Now, remember, you've got all week to vote. Just because we've got shows today and tomorrow and we've announced today doesn't mean, you can't get your votes in. You've got till next Monday when Don and I announce it on Monday's Nutmeg Sports to start 2016. As I said, we'll take a timeout. Eric Gendron directing to my left, your right. We're back right after this on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking, to a partner that makes small businesses feel big, where community comes first, where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch, where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver, where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. If that's the case, keep one thing in mind. It's always summer at the dock shop. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. The dock shop is not your average bait and tackle store. They offer a wide array of products, including apparel, jewelry, home furnishings, and some flat-out cool stuff, all with a nautical theme, most made in the USA. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your local destination for the best of the holidays. Shop Stewart's for the freshest produce, certified prime rib roasts, magnolia wreaths, fresh baked pies, gingerbread houses, Christmas candies, and the season's best wine and craft brews right next door at Stewart's Spirits. Shop Walter Stewart's, 229 Elm Street in New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Sports from here at the Darien Ice Rink. I'm Rob Adams. Happy to have you along on this Tuesday edition. Of course, hope you're having a very pleasant holiday season. Christmas out of the way now, and looking forward to what we hope is a pleasant 2016. But with all that said, let's get into the athletes of the week. This is week 2 for winter, so let's run them down for you and tell you who the nominees are, and we can even give you a little clue as to who is leading early on. We'll start with the ladies. Ladies first. Georgia Cassidy Cassidy of Darien Ice Hockey is our first nominee. The senior forward had 5 goals and 4 assists during 2 Darien wins last week in a rematch of last year's FCAC final on Monday. Cassidy had a hat trick and 2 assists to lead the Wave past Ridgefield 8-2. She then added 2 goals and 2 assists as Darien blanked Wilton Norwalk 10-0 on Wednesday. Gianna Bruno of New Canaan Ice Hockey is up next, and that's going to be a fun rivalry to watch this year. New Canaan and Darien, where have I heard that before? The sophomore and second-year varsity player for the Rams had a big game in a 3-0 shutout of Greenwich last Monday. She's a wing on the first line, and Bruno scored the Rams' second goal during a power play in the third period. She helped seal the victory when she assisted on Brooke Dean's goal in the third. Caroline Beneville of Greenwich basketball is up next. Now, she led Greenwich with 26 points during a 63-50 victory over Darien on Monday. She hit 5 3-pointers from downtown in the game and was a perfect 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Taylor Brown of Trumbull basketball is up next. She drained a 3-point shot with 3 seconds remaining to give the Eagles a 41-40 win over defending champion Ridgefield on Monday. A big win for Trumbull and really puts them in play in the FCAC. I still think Ridgefield being the team to beat, but Trumbull all of a sudden with some games. She had 14 points, which included a pair of threes to lead Trumbull's scoring. She also netted 12 points in a 47-43 win over Darien on Wednesday. Brooke Janssen of Wilton Norwalk. Now, I'm not voting for anyone, okay? Sometimes I do. This week I'm not. But I'll tell you, if I had a vote, Brooke Janssen would be a pretty strong case. Here's why, and I'm not taking anything away from any other nominee. But when you hear this, she is the goalie for Wilton Norwalk. She faced 95 shots. 95. In a game. One game. Some goalies don't face 95 shots in 5 games. She faced it in 1. She played 43 minutes of the game. It was a 10-0 loss to Darien last Wednesday. She made 87 saves. That's a tough game right there. Brooke Janssen of Wilton Norwalk Ice Hockey. Talia Hendel of Staples Basketball is up next. She scored 8 points, grabbed 8 boards. The Wreckers defeated Danbury High 36-23 on Wednesday to improve to 4-1. And finally, Claudia Tucci of Trumbull Basketball. She scored 9 points, had 10 boards. The Eagles moved to 3-1 on the year, a 47-43 victory over Darien on Wednesday. Tucci also had 9 points during Trumbull's 41-40 win over Ridgefield on Monday. So there are your female Athlete of the Week nominees. Now for the guys. We start with Jeremiah Green Younger of Brian McMahon boys basketball. He scored in double digits twice last week. On Monday, the junior guard had 17 points and 7 boards, as well as a pair of steals, as the Senators defeated Cheshire 62-47. He also netted 24 in McMahon's 85-69 win over Waterford on Wednesday. Up next, Nick Rendy of Wilton Wrestling. The wrestler dominated in the 113-pound weight bracket to win the championship of the very competitive Guilford tournament on December 19th. The sophomore was 4-0 with 2 pins, winning a 12-0 major decision in the finals. After the first week of the season, he is 7-0 with 4 pins. Jack Williams of Wilton basketball. Here's a name to keep in mind. The junior captain had 30 points in the Warriors' 67-54 win over Massac on Wednesday night at the Zeoli Fieldhouse. His day included 3 3-pointers, 5 free throws. He also scored on 8 of Wilton's 10 points in the first quarter and had 6 of the Warriors' first 15 points in the fourth quarter. By the way, he also hit a 3 last night with 35 seconds to play to get a win in that game for the Warriors as well. David Voigt of Darien Ice Hockey. We will see the netminder here in a little while. He helped the Blue Wave improve to 2-0. He made 28 saves and a 4-1 win over Fairfield Prep on Wednesday. Now look, Fairfield Prep started not their best start to a year at Fairfield Prep. They're still Fairfield Prep, so some respect to the Jesuits. He faced 29 shots, allowed a second period goal after Darien had taken a 2-0 lead. David Voigt of Darien. Nico Laveris of Stanford Boys Basketball is our next nominee. The junior guard for the Black Knights had a game-high 34 during Stanford's 70-64 win over Newtown on Monday. He drained 5 threes, 6 2-pointers, and was 7 of 11 from the free throw line. Greg Lawrence of Fairfield Ludlow, and I really like what the Falcons are doing. John Daly, a good coach, pretty good guy as well. 20 points, 12 rebounds. The Falcons won 66-53 over Bassick on Wednesday. Also added 14 during Ludlow's 55-39 win over Notre Dame of Fairfield on Saturday, of course, in the holiday tournament for Fairfield Prep. Ludlow now 3-0 on the year, although they did drop on Sunday with that loss to Fairfield Prep, so 3-1 on the year. Justin Jordan of Darien basketball, he hit 3 threes. He finished with 13. The Blue Wave defeated Trumbull 59-55 on Wednesday. Now you say, Rob, and I say yes, who are the leaders so far in the HAN FCAC Athlete of the Week poll? Well, you can do a drum roll, which is a nice way of saying we're reloading the page to let you know for sure. The results right now are as follows. For the ladies, it is Gianna Bruno of New Canaan Ice Hockey with a 15-point lead on Claudia Tucci of Trumbull basketball. Gianna Bruno with 630 votes right now, and Claudia Tucci at 450. Voting, of course, continues right on through to next week. Everyone else a distant third beyond that. In fact, Taylor Brown of Trumbull is the distant third, and everyone else beyond that as well. Much more competitive on the boys' side. They're being led by Greg Lawrence of Fairfield Ludlow, that is. He has 26% of the vote, 337 votes as of right now. But David Voigt trying to keep things interesting. He's in second place at 16%. Nick Rende of Wilton Wrestling is third at 15%. So they're all hanging around right there, a little more competitive on the boys' side. So let's get those votes going, and we'll announce our Athlete of the Week coming up next Monday. We will pause for another break here on Nutmeg Sports. When we come back, we'll get you all lined up for what's going to happen here at 4 o'clock. Don't let those records fool you. It's still New Canaan and Darien. We're back right after this. Nutmeg Sports continues on the HAN Network. At Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, we provide an advanced level of care to resolve symptoms and minimize recurrence. Our experienced professional staff design and implement effective plans to return individuals to their prior level of function. We specialize in the treatment of orthopedic and sports injuries, pre-post surgical rehabilitation, performance enhancement, strength and conditioning, vestibular rehabilitation, balance and gait training. A convenient location and flexible scheduling is available to accommodate your needs. We look forward to providing you with a comprehensive level of care to meet your rehabilitation goals. We are also affiliated with 3 high schools, Norwalk, West Hill, and Stamford. Our certified athletic trainers cover the athletic events at the high schools to prevent, treat, and educate student athletes and injuries. Our certified athletic trainers also take part in the New Canaan Youth Football Program. Reach us at 650 West Avenue in Norwalk. Call us at 203-852-9903. Innovative Health and Rehabilitation.
Discover the Wilburton Inn in Manchester, Vermont, a 30-acre historic estate featuring a turn-of-the-century mansion with elegant inn guest rooms and 7 large private vacation homes, perfect for ski vacations and holiday celebrations. Special offer on select rooms and houses. Stay 2 nights, get the 3rd night free through Christmas Day. CNN has called the Wilburton one of the top 8 mansion hotels in America. Call 802-362-2500 or visit wilburtoninn.com for more information.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter. And I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
Welcome back to Nutmeg Sports. We are live at the Darien Ice Rink, getting ready for Darien New Canaan Ice Hockey at 4 o'clock, 3:55 for the pregame show. Chris Kalin, Frank Granito will join me for the call right here. Eric Gendron will direct it. We'll have a good time watching some ice hockey. Don't be fooled by those records. Quick note for you. Notice that the Walter Camp Foundation put out their All-Connecticut team. Of course, Darien has already been named the Team of the Year. But some local names, both offensively and defensively, to throw at you. Michael Collins, no surprise, of New Canaan, is the quarterback. Coming out of Harding is Xavier Bass as one of the receivers. Of course, they moved out of the FCAC, but still in Bridgeport, not like they've left the area. So Andrew Stuber of Darien is on the offensive line. Connor Mignone of Joel Barlow also on the offensive line, as well as Lucas Niang of New Canaan and Jackson Ward of Staples is the center. The rest of the team, Michael Montano, who everyone raved about from North Haven, is one of the running backs, with Tajik Bagley of Ansonia as well. Nico Regani of Notre Dame of West Haven, one of the receivers, and Jeremy Imperati of North Haven is the tight end. On the defensive side, I mean, it comes as no shock. He's up for the Walter Camp Player of the Year. Besides Collins, Mark Ivanchek, of course, is on the defensive line. Cameron Ryan of St. Joseph on the D-line as well. With Bobby Trafone, they've got him as Robert. It's strange to see that. Bobby Trafone of Darien is one of the D-backs, and along in that group as well is some other players, such as from Ansonia, Tyler Bailey, another one of the defensive backs. Special teams on that side, your kick returner is Jason Rose of Southington. He is well up for the Player of the Year. So congratulations to all the players who made it to the Walter Camp All-Connecticut team. Now for this game coming up, New Canaan 0-2, Darien 2-0. And I saw a CT Hockey tweet this before, and he's right. If a team is getting beaten that badly, I suppose maybe you can take the records and throw them out. But it's Darien and New Canaan, and let's face it, no matter what, they're always going to have a great showdown. So that's what we hope we've got coming up here. In fact, I was talking to somebody before the game. They said they fully expect this building to be just jumping here, as it always is. I know Josh Fisher, John Kovac both remember very well some of our radio days when we were up in this very room, this dance studio that is above the ice, and just wall-to-wall people all down below us here, as well as right up here. You're really not supposed to have spectators up here in this dance studio, but that's the way this place gets. And, some of the folks were coaches, family, and people like that. But again, you're just shoulder to shoulder with your neighbors right down there at Ice Side, and it's just a jumping, great atmosphere, great noise. You're going to hear it. You're going to see it at 4 o'clock here on the HAN network. I mean, certainly you've got to find a way to get through the New Canaan defense. You've got to challenge David Voigt in net, and that's the thing that concerns me about New Canaan. Can they find enough offense? The names are all familiar to us for the Rams at this point, but can they put enough pucks in the net? You're looking at a lot of guys from the George McMahons to Gunnar Granito, that's what I'm trying to say. Ryan Hart, James Francis, the names. Can these guys do enough? Will Liam Mooney be in net? Will it be Peter Windus? So that's what we got to find out from Pat Gore. What kind of team is he putting on the ice today? And on the other side, Mac Budd, head coach, it's his first year at Darien. Now, he's hardly immune. He knows Darien New Canaan quite well, but it's his first year as the head man. How does this game impact him, if at all? Now, this is the non-FCAC game today. The FCAC game will take place later in January. This is the non-conference game, and they always schedule one non-conference showing between the two, normally right around this weekend or this week, to take advantage of people being out of school and all. So folks were saying to me, make sure everybody knows the website, because this place is going to fill up, and there will be plenty more trying to watch you guys on the air. So we look forward to that. As I said, Cato will be here. Frank will be down Ice Side to get us all the details on the penalties and the goals and anything he can spot down there. And it should be a pretty good time here at the Darien Ice Rink, where we appreciate them having us here today. It will not be, we always do what we can to give you the best shots and, the best angles we can. And this rink just presents challenges in one form or another. It always has, just to, I'm not going to try to turn my back on you, but to give you an idea, we look lengthwise here at the rink, and that makes it a little different for Eric Gendron to direct, makes it a little difficult for any camera person that comes up here, be it Tom Cribben, my old friend, shooting New Canaan's hockey video, or us trying to give you the best shots we can on the air. And then I'll be perfectly honest, it's a challenge for Cato or John or Josh or myself to call the game here because we're trying to traditionally give you left to right, and here I'm saying top to bottom. It's just a different perspective. So you know that we do everything we can to give you the best quality, and it's challenging. This is probably the most challenging facility that we have to work in. So keep that in mind when you do watch the game. But as always, we thank you for watching the HAN Network, where we try to give you everything we can to give you the best sports broadcasts we possibly can. With all that said and done, 2:30 has come. We're going to say goodbye, and we'll be back with you at 3:55. So that'll do it for Nutmeg Sports. Again, Yankee Fisherman will be tomorrow at 1, not Thursday, tomorrow at 1, as well as Coffee Break tomorrow. And Nutmeg Sports as well. But for now, thanks for joining us from the Darien Ice Rink. Eric Gendron, thank you for directing, and we will see you at 3:55. The Darien and New Canaan boys ice hockey coming up then. But for now, thanks for watching Nutmeg Sports on the HAN Network.